Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered how much time you have left on this planet? For many of us, that question can spark dread, restlessness, and fear. But there's a rare breed of man who greets these thoughts differently. A man who embraces death as naturally as he embraces life. These men are known as Sigma males. And in this video, we're going to explore 8 reasons why Sigma males don't fear death. Number 1. A cosmic perspective. A key reason Sigma males remain unfazed by death is the way they position their lives within a much bigger framework. Rather than getting caught up in everyday stress, they step back and picture Earth floating among countless galaxies. Comparing the average human lifespan to the universe's age of nearly 14 billion years reveals how brief our stay really is. This understanding reduces the burden that comes from seeing one's end as a colossal tragedy. By embracing the enormity of creation, they also release the ego-driven notion that everything ends when they do. Life and death become part of a larger cosmic tapestry, neither one deserving of undue fear. Number 2. Purpose-driven actions. Sigma males also avoid fearing the end because they shape their lives around clear and meaningful objectives. By defining personal missions rather than waiting for society's definition of success, they devote themselves to pursuits that matter to them. Each day gains significance when they pour energy into tasks that align with their deepest values. The result is a life of genuine fulfillment. And that sense of purpose makes the concept of an eventual end feel more like a natural and expected transition than a source of panic. When you're invested in actions that bring true satisfaction, the question of how many years you might have left fades behind the question of whether you're living your truth right now. Number 3. The lottery of consciousness. Nowhere is the Sigma mindset clearer than in their appreciation for simply existing. They see life itself as a lottery they've already won. Think about the near-impossible sequence of events that had to occur for Earth to become habitable, and then consider how astronomical the chances are that intelligent life would form at all. Beyond that, reflect on the unfathomable genetic combinations that had to line up perfectly for you to be born as a conscious human being. This level of improbability suggests that we may be one of the few species in the entire universe capable of introspection, learning, and choice. Recognizing how incredibly fortunate we are to be here on this planet, to think, breathe, and love, changes the conversation about death. Instead of focusing on what we might lose, Sigma males remain grateful for what they've gained. By seeing each moment as a gift, the final curtain of life seems less like a cruel ending and more like the natural close of a miraculous chapter. Number 4. Living with purpose. Daily tasks and short-term goals are only part of the story. Sigma males also tend to craft a long-term purpose that shapes the overall arc of their lives. Sometimes, that purpose is grounded in their beliefs or passions, like art, innovation, or a journey towards self-improvement. Other times, it may involve a more personal commitment to family or community. In each case, death is transformed from a looming threat into a motivating reminder that time is finite and precious. Rather than succumbing to anxiety, they channel that awareness into moving forward with intent. That steady focus becomes a compass guiding them, even when circumstances are challenging or when the future is hard to predict. If you know why you're here, the unknown becomes less frightening. Number 5. They don't live with regret. Few forces in the human psyche are as damaging as regret. Sigma males do everything possible to avoid letting missed opportunities or unspoken words haunt them. When they see a path worth taking, they weigh the risks, make a decision, and either embrace the result or learn from the outcome. This willingness to act decisively means they rarely look back wondering what might have been. Whether they triumph or fail, they see each moment as a chance to grow. By accepting responsibility for both successes and mistakes, they free themselves from self-doubt. A life that acknowledges its stumbles yet moves forward is a life with little room for guilt or remorse, and that freedom shrinks the fear of finality. Number 6. Fearing death keeps you from truly living. A paradox emerges when we spend so much energy trying to dodge death that we limit our ability to enjoy life. Sigma males approach this issue from the opposite angle, believing that once you set aside the terror of the unknown, you can act more boldly and connect with people more sincerely. Instead of allowing fear to govern them, they embrace new challenges, whether it's a career shift, travel, or learning unfamiliar skills. They recognize that avoiding risks for the sake of feeling safe can lead to a half-lived existence. The fear of death can also build walls between people, but Sigmas tear those walls down, choosing to forge deeper bonds in the present without being paralyzed by the thought that these bonds won't last forever. This willingness to live wholeheartedly, even in the face of transience, makes each day more vital and rich. Number 7. The existentialist view. The philosophical tradition known as existentialism provides a framework for understanding this mindset. In existentialism, life has no built-in meaning. We create meaning through our choices and actions. Sigma males exemplify this by taking responsibility for the directions they pursue and the values they uphold. They don't blame external forces for their fate. Instead, they see their mortal lifespan as a stage on which they perform a personal narrative. This perspective encourages them to invest more passionately in each relationship, project, or pursuit, knowing that the clock is always running. Yet the ephemeral nature of existence drives them to deepen their involvement in life, rather than shrink away. They welcome the knowledge that life's end underscores the value of every second before it. Number 8. The inevitability of death paradox. All of us know that death is unavoidable, yet most of us find it terrifying. Sigma males confront this contradiction by recognizing it as part of the human condition. They don't waste energy pretending they can escape the unavoidable, nor do they sink into helplessness. Instead, they invest that energy in shaping the parts of their life they can control, such as personal growth, meaningful relationships, and positive impacts on others. By doing this, they resolve much of the tension that arises from trying to outrun a certainty. Once the paradox of, "it will definitely happen, but I fear it," is addressed, the dread loses its grip. Rather than letting mortality overshadow their days, they make each day count. Sigma males display a way of living and dying that stands in contrast to people's usual fears. They look out at a universe of staggering proportions and see invitation instead of insignificance. They anchor their day-to-day reality with goals and commitments that align with their deepest convictions. They remember that even existing at all is close to miraculous, so it's worth using every moment with gratitude. By channeling their purpose, by acting decisively, and by rejecting fear as a barrier, they free themselves from regret and move through life confident that its end will not be a defeat, but a natural ending to the story they've chosen. Do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see 10 shocking reasons why Sigma males are hated by society.